first of two scheduled for this afternoon, as they are scheduled to run a double on our evening program. And we got a couple of new faces compared to where we were at Highland Rim a couple of days ago. Jackson Riley being one of them. The zero car was quick. He will roll off from position number 1 to the outside. Michael Mazzagatti has joined us from Ohio. Will roll off to the upside in row number 1. Jace Reidner picked up the win on day number 2 at Highland Rim. Going to start on the inside in the 63 car. Jacob Hasse, also quick at the rim. Going to roll off from position number 4 on the outside of row number 2. Wyatt Grizzard in the 6, Jagger Williams in the 73, Cooper Ashburn in the 16, Elliott Klein in the 211, and Owen Bryce in the 10.
All right, let's roll off beginners. 63 behind the 0.
Those are your scheduled starters. I believe we may be one short by looking at this racetrack.
73, you're on the outside behind the 48.
And I say we may be one short because there's somebody late to the grid. Rolling onto the grid is the 6. So the 6 will tag along at the back of the field, I believe.
6, I need you all the way up behind the 63 on the inside.
They're going to roll him into the spot right
10, you're
there.
On the inside behind the 6. 10 on the inside behind the 6. 211 on the outside behind the 73. 1 to go right here. 1 to go right here. We're lights out coming to green. Lights out coming to green.
So these drivers generally new to Bandolero competition. Some of these teams may be new to Bandolero competition as well. Might have missed the call to staging on some of them, but this is a fast-paced day for these drivers. So we will start the beginner feature with 8 cars. Pace car is off, and the field is in command of car number 0. That's Jackson Riley. Green flag flies, we're underway. So the 0 of Riley gets out to the early advantage. They're going to be side by side in behind them. The 63 of Reidner to the bottom side. And here comes Hasse. Hasse in that black number 48. Going to move to the inside of Mazzagatti and kind of poking that nose to the bottom side as well. Top 3. Oh, little contact behind, and around goes Mazzagatti.
Yellow, turn 2.
And a great effort to keep that thing going, but not before the yellow comes out.
All right, 73 and 18 will go to the tail.
That's Jagger Williams in the 73 and the 18 of Mazzagatti. Going to be the two drivers that are involved in that first yellow flag. This is a 15-lap beginner feature. We did complete one lap. Take a look at it here. It looked like the 73 had a head of steam. Williams had that line rocking to the inside, but Mazzagatti was there.
16 past both of those cars in front of you.
And both of those cars will go to the back of the field.
Go in front of the 73 as well. Right there, 18. Right there, 16. 73, you're behind the 18. We're 1 to go right here. 1 to go right here. This will be a single file restart. Single file restart.
And as Brad Hockaday alludes to, the Chargers, which is the rookie or beginner legend car division we're going to see later on, the beginner Bandoleros, they are going to run single file restarts.
Right, prior to the start-finish line. All passing to the right prior to start-finish line.
And that is very key as well. We did have a driver at the rim make an early pass. If you pass a car, then you've got to give race control back 2 spots. So if you pass 4 cars and you're not supposed to, they take positions at the end of the race or the next caution, whatever comes first. That start looked great, though, for the beginners. And Riley will hop to the lead down the back straightaway. Keep your eye on that black 48 of Hasse. Was quick in our opening couple of rounds and looks to the bottom side right here. Got that run off of turn number 4, but that's all it was, just a look to the bottom of the 63 of Reidner. Great run there at a turn number 2 for the 0 of Riley. Leaves this battle for position number 2 in behind the white number 0. Looks like the 48 of Hasse gets a better run off at turn number 4, gets a better shot out of the infield, but still falls back a little bit off at turn number 2. The 63 of Reidner has a better run at a turn number 2 than they do at a turn number 4. And those two continuing to go at it for the runner-up position in this beginner feature. Grizzard runs in position number 4 all by themselves, and then 5th belongs to the 10 of Owen Price. 5 complete this time, 10 laps to go. Battle continues on as Mazzagatti tries to make their way back towards the front of the field. They pick up 1 on Owen Price. That is the battle for position number 5, so move Mazzagatti back into 5th, and around goes the leader in front of the field.
Low or high. He's in the middle of the racetrack.
And Williams, around and a little shot to the back of the 0.
63, I need you in front of the 48.
So we will reset the field with the 0 car, and that little hit to the back, there's a lot of damage to the back of that 0 car. They're going to go into the hot pit to get that 0 car repaired, and you can see the
10 in front of the 18.
Roof kind of dislodged on the 73 as John Kelly gives a little push to Williams. We'll take a look at the reason that put us under this yellow. Watch the 0 right there, just gets away from him. And everybody is going to get past. Put the roof down, get ready to pull away, and right there. And that hit has dislodged the back area of that 0 car.
Yellow. We are not going. Yellow. We are not going.
Watch this hit right here as it comes in, and watch the rear of this race car. It doesn't look as bad, but watch the way the tires move on this 0.
Young Lions, you should be heading to staging. Young Lions to be
right
heading
there.
to staging.
So they were trying to fix that race car down on pit road, but I see Jackson climbing out of that race car, so it looks like the 0 car will be done for this feature. After leading all the laps.
Still out, 63. Hold us a nice, slow, steady pace here. Safety workers on the racetrack. All right, we're 1 to go right here.
They have something to work with for that second feature when we do go back
all the way back to the box.
Round number 4, but obviously not the way that they wanted to end. Feature number 1 on the day here at the Fairgrounds. So the field is realigned. We're getting ready to head back to green flag competition. Reidner's your leader. Hasse in a second, Grizzard in a third. 10 laps remaining into the box. Green flag flies. Driver on the move on that last green flag run was Mazzagatti in that blue number 18. Sits in 5th, gets a run off of turn number 2 and puts it to the bottom side of Owen Price. And we'll move it up to position number 4. Question is how far can Mazzagatti get to get to the front of this field before the laps run out? Hasse in car number 48, just behind your leader. And again, gets that run off of turn number 4, enough to try to make the move to the inside. But all that ground that Hasse makes up in turn number 4, loses it in turn number 2. Watch this 48 car and watch the line that Hasse takes compared to Reidner. Gets that run off of the corner, has that head of steam, just nowhere to put it that time, off of the 4th corner. So a battle for the lead heating up here in the second half of this one. They come by this time with 9 completed and 6 laps remaining. Battle for the lead, battle for third, starting to heat out. No, the 6 cars around.
Yellow, turn 2.
And that was from that battle for position number 3. So Grizzard goes around to bring out the yellow flag. Again, the beginners.
Tighten them up, guys. Tighten them up.
Trying to learn this racetrack, and all by themselves. I think they got a little bit free down there in turn number 1. even before Wyatt gets into that transition, that thing is already half sideways. So the field is single file, ready to go.
Lights out here.
And next time by, they will go racing. Want to thank CP Racewear, the marketing partner for the Bandoleros this season at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Supporting the young rising stars. And they are seeing a great show here and will all weekend long, beginning with these beginners. The newcomers to this Bandolero division, green flag flies. Back and forth between your top two. And the wild card in this mix might be Mazzagani if the 18 can get up here and battle with your lead duo. 5 laps to go. Behind, a battle for position number 4. As Price tries to hold on. Battle for the lead continues to heat up. At 48, Hasse is just so good in turn number 4. He's able to get that run, but cannot make it stick over there in turn number 2. Ryder just a little bit better over on the opposite end of this racetrack. 12 completed, 3 to go. Again, these drivers are beginners. They're learning these race cars. They're learning this racetrack. Some of these drivers, a flat track, let alone being at the fairgrounds, might be a little bit new to them. And look at that 48 car finally gets to the bottom side. What can Hasse do down in turn number 1 and 2? Ryder goes wide, allows the 48 of Jacob Hasse to go to the lead.
Yellow, 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 turn 1. Yellow,
and
yellow,
that
yellow,
move
yellow,
may be for naught, as we have a caution in turn number 2.
Yellow's out.
And it's Grizzard and
63, you are the leader. 48.
Price in the 10.
63 in front of the 48.
So as you heard there, we go back to the last scored lap for each of these cars. Ooh, little contact there between Grizzard, who was in the top 3 earlier, and the 10 of Price, who was in the top 5. One more look at it there, just a head of steam for the 10 of Price down into the corner. The 6 of Grizzard goes around. So this changes everything. The 48 had a run to take the lead away, but that was before they completed the lap.
We're still yellow, 63. We're still yellow. Slow us down here. Slow us down. 1 to go right here. 63 starts the race in the box. All passing must be done to the right prior to start-finish line.
So can the 48 of Jacob Hasse do that move one more time? And when do you do it? You've only got 2 laps to get this thing done. First beginner feature of the weekend for these drivers at the fairgrounds back underway. 2 laps to determine this one. Can the 63 hold on? Little bobble in turn number 2. Hasse's going to get the run. Yellow.
Yellow, turn 1.
And it's the 211 of Elliott Klein. Looked like one small little misstep at a turn number 2 on that lap for the leader. And the 6 and the 211 are the issue there. The 6 is trying to make a move to the outside prior to the start-finish line. They make the contact and just can't get off each other. Again, these are beginners. They are learning these race cars and learning the traffic that they have. And one more look here through the speed shot.
Hustle up, 211.
Hasn't been the greatest of races for the 6, but again, going to school, learning these race cars, learning this racetrack. We'll talk about it more when we go, as we have one. The 211 is in the work area. That is Elliott Klein. Down to the attention of their crew.
Stay nice and slow, guys. We got a car in the work area.
So they got 2 laps in the work area to look over that race car to make sure it is good to go. Talked to a few of these drivers after practice yesterday and this morning before we went to qualifying, and some of these drivers that aren't used to having a flat track, and there's a lot of the drivers that I talked to that are from the West Coast that don't have a whole lot of flat track experience. Obviously, Charlotte with the summer shootout, Atlanta with Thursday Thunder, you get a lot of that flat track experience throughout the summer if you're on the East Coast, but there's a lot of folks that are on the West Coast that, you know, might not necessarily have a...
All right, lights out, coming to green. Lights out, coming to green.
Flat track, or a lot of flat track experiences. You saw the motion there from the 211. They are done for this feature, so Klein will climb from the race car, and we will try to determine a winner here with 2 laps to go. Reidner holds on to the lead. Hassey's been putting pressure on. Who is going to end up in victory lane in this one? Mazzagatti in 3rd, and there goes Hassey to the bottom side. Jacob Hassey picks up the lead. Can they hold on over the last lap? White flag flies. What does the 63 do to get back to the lead? Can he get there? Oh, he got into him for sure.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh,
yellow,
and the 6 hard hit.
Yellow, yellow. Turn 2. Yellow, 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 turn 2. Stay low. Stay
Hard
low,
battle for the lead. White flag lap. These kids want to win. They want to win here at the Fairgrounds.
Stay low, guys. Stay low.
And a tough break for the 6. Couldn't get away from the issues ahead. But again, this will change up front, and Michael Mazzagatti will be your leader after being at the pack early in this one. And we kind of saw that with the B feature for the semi-pros, where it's not over until it's over. And the 48 of Hassey has joined the back of the field and still rolling. Obviously, the 6 and the 63 having some issues getting back going again. And here's the look at the replay. Just gets in a little too hot, gets the 48 and around, sends the 63. Then watch for the 6 car right there. All 4 wheels off the ground. And comes to a stop on the back straightaway. One more look here. Hassey had the lead and is going to have to work for it in the remaining 1 lap of this one. We do go back to green. It'll be a green and white together race to a checkered. I mean, that's tough. You're going for a race win. You can see it right there. Just got passed for that lead after a couple of restarts. And that 6 car, all 4 wheels off the ground. That was a hard hit for Grizzard in the 6. And you see John Kelly there. John just took a look under that car. They are going to try to push that thing and see if it'll get back to the work area. So he'll have a consultation with John Kelly, and that thing did not look good coming back onto pit road, back onto the hot pit. So they will try to nurse that thing as much as they can. John getting a new ride this week. If you joined us at Highland Rim, we believe the quad that usually John Kelly operates may have some carburetor issues as it was loaded.
Lights out, coming to green.
So not with us, but John Kelly definitely is, and we appreciate all the work that John does, pushing vehicles, helping vehicles off the racetrack, and, of course, in the tire barn, tire marking area. Green flag, green and white together. They'll race back to a checkered.
Get behind the 10. You pass the left before the start-finish line. All right, 48, you're good to race.
So we'll keep an eye on that, but up in front, how about car number 18, Michael Mazzagatti. Mr. Opportunity goes to victory lane here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
Checkers out, 18, 16, and 10 to Tech. 18, 16 to
Picks up the victory after
10.
a little bit of action in front of him between the top two, and Michael Mazzagatti will roll that thing into post-race technical inspection as the winner of our first A-Main of the afternoon. If you're watching us on US Legend Cars TV, we're going to step away for just a few moments' time. We'll bring you back to some more racing action